found YouTube about a year ago while I was looking for a new Holy Grail concealer. I haven't found that concealer yet, but I found a whole bunch more. I found wonderful YouTubers in the 50+ community and 40+ community, and even some young ladies who are much younger who have a wide range of different advice and product suggestions. The very first YouTuber I found was Angie from Hot and Flashy, and she was doing a review on her favorite foundations. So I put my seeking of a concealer aside and decided to give her foundation a try. It happened to be one of her favorites. She's got a couple, but one of her favorites is It Cosmetics CC Cream. And so I immediately went out, and it has become a Holy Grail foundation for me. I live in Florida. I need an SPF as high as I can get, and that particular product has an SPF of 50. So I typically wear it pretty much every day unless I'm trying something else out. That's another thing about the YouTube community, is that you find that you're always interested in trying out new things. And so the second thing that I found on YouTube that really surprised me was So Schwass. It's a subscription service, and you choose what you want to have in the box. In my case, I've been trying out foundations and concealers, and it has been wonderful because it gives me that opportunity to try something. I can order different colors if I want to. I can try different formulations, and so that has been the number 2 item that I never would have tried a box subscription program before I went on YouTube and before Sabrina suggested So Schwass. The third thing that I found on YouTube, or that surprised me, was a Turbie Twist and some hair products. I was shopping and I did find the Turbie Twist on my own. It wasn't a suggested product, but in the spirit of trying new things, I decided to give it a shot, and I liked it much better than the Uppies towel I had, because the Uppies is a rectangle shape and the Turbie Twist is a twisty thing. It holds your hair and keeps it the right dampness until you're ready to style. The next thing I found that I totally love, and I'm totally shocked that I like it as much as I do, is the Becca body bronzer. I never tan. I don't go out in the sun anymore, and yet, and sometimes I'm teased because my skin has kind of an iridescent white glow. And so one of my favorite finds for 2016 was the Becca body bronzer. And I like it for a couple of reasons. The first is that it stays on. You put it on and it dries. You don't have to worry about it transferring onto your clothes. It's buildable, so if I apply it a little bit every day, I can develop a nice looking faux tan. And it actually covers, I have both hyperpigmentation and I have like a non-pigmentation, which natural tanning or sunless tanners actually enhance as opposed to hide. And so this particular product, the Becca, does cover, it actually covers both my 2 different pigmentation type problems, so I don't get that really speckled look that I was getting when I used a regular self tanner. Elle is for Living had a video about some of the things that she purchased from the Dollar Tree. And as you may have seen from prior videos, occasionally I pop over to the Dollar Tree, typically for DIYs, but it did inspire me to take a second look at their makeup. And Elle had a couple of suggestions. One was the teeth whitening products that they have there for $1. I've spent up to $400 getting teeth whitening, and actually usually typically have a $30 or $40 kit on hand for teeth whitening. And so I figured for $1 I'd give it a shot, and I really appreciate Elle for having recommended it. I also tried some of the Wet n Wild creme brulee eyeshadow, and it has now become a holy grail product for me. It's $1. I have one in my handbag and I have one in my makeup bag at all times. It's a very perfect light color that I usually apply over the whole eye area before I do any other eyeshadow application, and I absolutely love the consistency of it, and the price doesn't hurt. From Dominique Saska's channel, I learned about Pareo Bright toothpaste. The reason I was interested is because I wanted, for health reasons, not to be using so much fluoride in my toothpaste. I had found another toothpaste that I really liked, but Pareo Bright actually has a little bit of a brightening quality to it, and so I was really grateful to find that. So from Laura at Shakeup Makeup, I received a couple of wonderful tips. The first was makeup removing cloths. I tried the cloths and I was very surprised at how well they remove makeup and the fact that they were so inexpensive. I found them at the Five and Below shop, three for I think $3 or $5. But the cool thing about it is that they do remove the makeup very, very well, and you can just wash them and use them again, as opposed to what I had been doing, which was using a makeup remover wipe to remove the makeup and then washing my face after that. So I was using about 50 wipes and throwing them away, and in this case I have one and I just pop it in the washer. Also from Laura were the kits that she purchased from Sephora and from Marshall's. And typically I've been very skeptical. I tend to be skeptical and probably slower to adapt to makeup and beauty items than the rest of you out there, because really I tend to be a person who looks for stuff that works, and then I usually go with that like a uniform. And so Laura encouraged me to try a couple of the Sephora packages, and I found that in particular I loved the lips kit that she had purchased, and then I went and got it. And also I now go to the beauty section at Marshall's every single time, because both she and I find some amazing things. And so sometimes I get from her to go look, because Kat Von D is at Marshall's, or Laura Geller, and sometimes I find things on my own, like some of the beauty brushes and that sort of thing. So I found that I could save a lot of money by popping over to Marshall's every now and again, and it also encourages me to try new things, which, as I mentioned, I tend not to be one to do that an awful lot. From Tati at Glam Life Guru, I learned about setting sprays, and I now always use a setting spray. It helps to keep the makeup on, and it helps to keep it looking fresh. It also, because I use a lot of powders, it kind of does something to the powder. As soon as I finished applying, it kind of takes away the cakiness, I guess you would say. And so I've been using the Urban Decay All-Nighter religiously. I always have one, and I always have a backup going. And so I guess that for me, in terms of the surprises of the year, the things that I've mentioned were surprises, and I'm probably a little late to the party because the rest of you have all been trying these things for quite a long time. But for me, it's a great surprise that a lot of these things are not gimmicks, and they actually work really well. And they are actually teaching me new tricks, and hopefully as time goes by, I'll become better at applying makeup and having it work and last a long time, because after all, that's what we're all going for, is a natural, beautiful look that lasts. You don't have to touch up, and you can just go on about your life and enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some great ideas from today's video. Please subscribe for more fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and snippets from my everyday life. We're sharing a journey.